All right, guys, so we're gonna take a quick look. We've got some of our R&D team over here. We've got Tom and Matt, and basically we're working on a new lift kit for the rear of this unit. We made the assumption that it was the same as the 820s, but this 1000 presents different challenges. So we're gonna be knocking that out here pretty quick, but that's what the guys are doing. A lot of our stuff we make out of cardboard first. It's just much easier to visualize things. And so we'll do that first, and then we turn it into metal. Come take a look. All right, guys, so we have now converted our cardboard pattern into 1/4 inch. This is a mild steel, nice and thick, very precise with the Amada laser that we cut with. And so we're gonna go ahead and try our first install here at the rear of the unit. And really what we're looking for is making sure that we're missing everything that we wanna miss as far as lines and electrical and that sort of stuff. Get this thing bolted on, and let's see how high that unit sits. We might have to make a few adjustments to get it exactly where we want it. Let's go take a look.
There we go.
All right, so we'll put the back plate on. We'll have to snake it down. We're gonna have to move this out of the way.
Yeah.
Y'all got them up there. These bolts are not long enough.
Yeah, these are the stock bolts.
Okay. So go ahead and pinch it at the bottom. Yeah. Now, that's not gonna stop us from installing and looking. We're gonna have enough thread. If you'll tighten that other bolt with the 17 millimeter.
Tighten it?
Yeah, let's tighten it and see what it does to this plate.
Ready?
Yep.
Okay. So we could put a bolt right here in the center and squeeze those together. That sets you right up there. I'm wondering if we did a bolt.
Do you have room for a tablet?
Under here we do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you might have to
put a 1/2 inch bolt in it. We got all the clearances that we want. I like it. I think we just add those in. And before we tighten these down, you get these to where you're setting it on that rail, and then go ahead and tighten these down. And I think we're gonna be probably one of the strongest on the market. All right, the 1/4 inch worked really well on the rear lift kit. We are going to make some other modifications as you do as you're designing something. Really want to make the most rugged lift kit on the market, and we found a couple opportunities to do that, so we're going to take that time. We will be moving to the front of the unit, but we're also working on some other developments as we go along, and so should be really interesting. Might even have these parts cut tomorrow morning is what I'm hoping. We'll be able to get them back on the unit and maybe even take this thing out to kind of test with it, let that suspension settle out and see where we're at. All right, guys, so we're back for like round 4, 5, 6, whatever it is, but we're getting the 1/4 inch brackets here at the back for this lift kit. We're aiming for a 2-inch lift. We've already taken all of our measurements. We're gonna uninstall the 1/4 inch lift that we have on here. We have a new and improved version that we're gonna install, so let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so that's gonna be the inside by the muffler.
Ready?
Yep. Okay. Let's do this other, and then we can lift, pull the bolts out. Let's lift the unit. So we're gonna need to jack it up. Okay. Go a little bit more. There we go. All right. Matt, I'm gonna hold this while you guys get at that other side so that it doesn't fall. Ugo, if you want to start, do you have the 3/4 or the?
Yeah, I got the 19.
You got the 19? Okay, so outside first.
Give me 1 second. All right.
Okay,
Ready?
hit it. All right. Actually, Matt, I'm gonna hold this on that side and let you throw those in, and that'll hold us in place, be much easier. I like that a whole lot more because now I can just let that rest.
Yep.
Let's check and see, are they the same length?
Yeah, they only like less than, a little more than 16 longer.
Yeah, this isn't getting us where we want to be.
So it needs to be how much longer?
I'd go at least
I think.
half an inch.
Did you try it without this too?
What's that?
Did you try it without? Yeah, it's a 14.
Okay.
It's a little smaller than it comes.
So 14 millimeter.
Yeah.
All right. Do we have any 3/8? How different is the 3/8?
I can bring some 3/8 down here.
Let's do the 14. Let's find the right ones.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so we're good. Basically, we got to a stopping point or had to stop. We needed to go out and find some 12 millimeter 80 by 80 bolts. We actually found them in our assembly department, and so that's something that, that we'll include in the kit. And that's how we're gonna mount the uppermost part of the coilover to the lift kit itself. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you that real quick. We should, after that, we're gonna be able to tighten this thing up and take a look at if we like our height or what. So, Matt, I'm gonna try, I think, yeah, there we go. We'll go outside.
Start here, Ugo.
All right, let's go ahead and,
Ready?
yep. All right. Ready?
Yep.
All right. I think I'm good over here, Ugo. I already hit that other side. Yeah, so now it'll be time. We'll let it down. Let's measure it.
No, you're good.
All good?
Oh, they go out 3 inches.
Went up 3 inches.
Yeah.
Okay. So we know we're gonna have to get this thing to settle. I don't know that it's gonna settle an inch. We were looking for a 2-inch lift. Did we go half an inch up higher in the same trajectory?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just gonna move it forward and backwards. Oh. You can feel it raked.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can feel it kinda. We gotta get that front done. We're exactly 2 inches? Okay. So yeah, just that little bit, everything getting to settle in after we've tightened some things down. It's not gonna settle much, but it does get a little bit. You can see that our tires are much straighter. So looking really good there. Let's go do this front. Hopefully this is not nearly the fabrication. We think we've already got it done, but let's go take a look. Let's see what this looks like. So anytime I'm gonna measure something, I'm gonna measure it right off the center line, right next to the tire if at all possible. And then as I come straight up, obviously you don't wanna hold it, crooked. You wanna have it fairly straight, looking right at 36 and a 16th. Yeah, right, 36 1/16, is that what I said?
Well, we can pick our own number here. Yeah, you can mark 37 up
Oh,
there.
I got you. I got you. You guys, freaking smart. I like that much better, Tom. We can pick our own number. You sound like a seafood buffet or something. Okay, y'all ready to jack this guy up? I like this jack a whole lot better than that 40-year-old jack we were.
That was 20-year-old.
20? Not even old enough to drink. Well, let's get some jack stands under this bad boy. Is that as high up as they go? Okay, yeah, just leave them locked there and I'll come on down. 17 millimeter. Guys, we are gonna need the longer bolts and the spacer if we got them. Thank you, good sir. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get this thing broken loose. Son. Okay, Ugo, do you have a piece of pipe? It'll have to fit around this. I'm just gonna try to cheat on it a little bit. All right, so let's see if we can take this off. There we go. All right, we got some fine threads on that bad boy.
Okay, this is gonna fall a long way down.
Okay, I'm gonna lift it up. I don't know, is it gonna go down anymore? Okay, let's get that other side undone.
Don't move much.
All right, Matt, you're gonna have to reach up in there. If you'll move the strut to the front, yeah, so you're gonna have to kind of press that up as we go along. You need it to drop?
I need it to turn.
Try to drop it now. Let me pull it out. I think we got it upside down. So, yeah, we're gonna need to pry it through. Hey, here, why don't you come pull on this side? I've got small hands. Now go up, push up. I don't like the way this thing fits though.
No.
Like it needs to go up.
Yeah.
Where I really want this piece is up against that frame rail to the front, but it's just flat out too wide. Like we're not even close.
Needs to be turned over 180.
That's what we just did and it still wouldn't work.
Yeah, that's how it was designed to be 180.
Or you're saying if we take some off the top edge?
Yeah.
We're gonna have to. And I think you're probably good there, but you're gonna have to take it off here. So we figured out that the piece that's gonna run through the frame rail is not gonna be the same as the 820. So we're gonna have to modify that a little bit. So we're gonna do that on the floor out here instead of spending time and drawing it. We're gonna go ahead and cut that and get that going, get it back on the unit, make sure it works. Then we'll go change our CAD drawings and have it production ready. Let's check it out. So it's still pretty warm, and but we went ahead and had Ugo modify this 3/16 piece, and we're going to go ahead and try to test fit that again. I feel really confident because we are going to be able to back this up with another one just like it, except it's going to have like full meat behind it. So we're going to get the strength that we need out of this thing. And at the end of the day, this is going to be 1/4 inch. So let me go ahead and see. Tom, I gotta take, Matt, do you have a bolt in over there?
Yes, I do.
Okay, let's go ahead and remove that. I'm gonna go ahead and feed this through, Matt. Very nice. Looks like we're missing everything now. I'm not gonna need that spacer. Yes, I am right now. Okay. All right, Matt, you wanna lift that back one up?
Yeah.
And we'll go ahead and install it. All right. I think it's got to go your way. There we go.
There it is.
All right, we've got the front and rear lift kit uninstalled. We've got it up to powder coat, and we're gonna go take a look at a pretty different world. Down here, we got a lot of things going in R&D. It's not necessarily a madhouse, but it's a little different. Up there, we've got to mind our P's and Q's because that process is really, really tight. And so we're about to run up and try to fit in this development project. So let's go up, talk with the powder guys and see what they got going. Hey, Terry. All right, guys, so we're up here in the powder coat department. We've got our safety glasses on. We're adhering by all the rules. What I will say is that before we do anything with the parts in regards to powders, we first hang them, right? So we're gonna hang them on this cart, as you guys can see here, and then it's gonna go through a 3-stage wash process. It's gonna get dried, and then after it's dried, then it's gonna come into the booth to be powder coated. Now, once we powder coat it, powder is almost like a sugary sand, if you will. So like, you will see it here in a minute as he powder coats it. If I was to wipe my finger on that after it's powdered, it just come off like almost like a dust. And that doesn't get its structural integrity until it cross-links in the oven. So now that we've got them powder coated, we're gonna put them into the oven for roughly 20 minutes at 400 degrees. And in that oven, they're gonna cross-link, and we'll see what they look like when they get out. All right, let's take a look at this finished product. I gotta say, I'm really pleased with this. Our guys do a phenomenal job with this powder coat. And so as he sprayed it, you'd be able to wipe it off with your finger. Now that it's been cured in the oven, this is a really durable coat on this 1/4 inch. Looks great. Let's go ahead and get this thing put on the unit. All right, so we've got the finalized part here. I've even taken the time to get our logo, our dome label put on the product. And so we're gonna take a few minutes, get this installed, and then we're gonna bring you back in to show you the finalized product of our 2-inch lift.